I'd like to ask HKnittel to join me up on the stage. I'm actually very excited to be introducing Harold to this award as our award recipient this evening, because I'm very familiar with Harold, and I think that he does so much for our organization, and personally I think he is an exemplary individual. So, Harold has been with our board of directors for the past 5 years, and he served as our facilities chairman for all of those years, and you'll understand why. Being a local guy, Harold has fostered his talent as the project manager for Calamar Construction for the past 2 years, and prior to that, the project manager for Simonelli Development for 7 years prior. For the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Northtowns, he's practically involved in any kind of facility improvement we need. He's right there as soon as Phil jumps on the phone. And he has been involved in the last couple of years at the Town and Franklin front entrances, which had just happened this year. New front doors, the floors in Franklin. It looks beautiful, and Harold was responsible for that project. The Franklin roof improvements, which happened just like that. The roof was coming down, and we needed something to happen, and Harold got on it, and it sure did happen. Also, the Town Club. We are in the middle of window renovations for the entire building right now. It may look a little sketcy, but by the time he's done and his crew are through, it's going to be a fantastic improvement, a very, very big job for our Town Club. And he's also been noticed as quite the find to others as well. Harold has just received this year the professional accreditation called the Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design Accreditation Professional, which is awarded to individuals who have completed training and shown their commitment to constructing green buildings, which is, as we all know, very fantastic this day and age. The Shays Performing Arts has also awarded him with their Shays Arts and has given him this award for his projects in the additions and reconstruction of the ticket office for them. He has actually been awarded for a volunteer award by the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Northtowns a few years ago as well, because he was very responsible for all the licensing upgrades that had happened for our clubs. He just consistently and continuously is there for us. For all that he does and all that he stands for, I would now like to present Harold Knittel with the Volunteer of the Year Award.
I'm not the most eloquent of orators, but I'd like to take a few minutes tonight really to thank all the individuals that inspire me. And I know I'm being honored tonight, and this is probably the most prestigious award I've ever received. And during my career as a project manager, I've had the opportunity to work on many projects with Fortune 500 companies, Morgan Stanley, Nationwide, Smith Barney, KeyBank, just to mention a few. But the organization that I've come to know during my 5 years of service with the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Northtowns, it's an unselfish group that they just seem to know the knack of what to do and when to do the right thing. And the following list is a group that I think of as the foundation for the organization: Rob Albert, Joe Armenia, Tom Ballas, Bob Denman, Rich Finnicky, Art Gracia, Dale Peter, Randy Pollard, Larry Seuss, Chris Stans, Robin Tomasulo, and of course the late John Fuse. Combined, they have well over 300 years of active service to this organization. And with regards to their accomplishments and achievements, I can only begin to scratch the surface. They have always shown the light at the darkest moments. No matter how big a request, they always rise to the task. Joe Dahmer, John Samar, and Charlie Watson. I have the distinction of serving together with these gentlemen on the Facilities Committee. Over the past 5 years, we have produced somewhere in the neighborhood of over $500,000 in renovations for the clubs. The most amazing part of this is that probably over 50% of this work was completed without any funding. It's rare that a group can mesh so seamlessly and without endless meetings, but we are able to accomplish a great deal using emails and cell phones. Considering there rarely is funding for our project, a task has never been insurmountable. Joanne Schwartz. Joanne is a unique and dynamic individual. We arrived at the board at the same time, and I've never seen Joanne without a smile or an encouraging word. Joanne has the ability to arrive at solutions to issues within seconds. Ken Fernasiak. Ken is the founder, the owner, the CEO, and the president for the Calamar companies. Not only is Ken known for his accomplishments in the business industry, but Ken sits on many local and national boards. Ken is no stranger to community involvement. I'm not sure if even Ken remembers, but when I applied for my position and we first sat down, he didn't ask me about my qualifications for the job. All what he wanted to know about was, what do I do for the Boys and Girls Club? And we spoke for 15, 20 minutes on my role and what it means to give back to the community. He has provided me with the luxury of doing whatever I need to do, whenever I need to do it, without hesitation or question. Tom Weeks. Tom is my boss, and during several of our strategy meetings, Tom has used the saying, stay the course. Many times when I've been unsure of how or who or where funding for projects were going to be found, I would hear Tom whispering in my ear, Harold, you know what you have to do, just stay the course. Kevin Duke Riley. Duke is well known anywhere you go. Just to let you know how well known, I had the opportunity several years ago to visit friends in Scottsdale, Arizona. While discussing some of the contractors I work with, I brought up Danforth. My friend immediately brought up Duke's name and reminisced about his relationship with Duke. It seems anywhere I travel, his name is synonymous with Western New York. Duke is a strong supporter of our organization, and he always is offering support before being asked. As big as Duke is, he is all heart. Chris Hausrath. I had the opportunity to get to know Chris as we began our first Annie's Place. Little did I realize what I was in for and the friendship that would blossom. Her office is continually scattered with baskets and prizes for yet another fundraiser. There is never a worthwhile cause that Chris doesn't pick up the baton and move it forward. Her energy is boundless and her sincerity is outlasting. Gary Krasinski, Bob Nowak, and Bob Obrakta. These gentlemen provide the backbone to the clubs. Each is diligent in researching new and innovative ideas to assist in capturing grants and funding for the clubs. Without their due diligence, many of the projects and programming would lack the funding that is required to provide our future. Phil Pennicker. During his tenure, Phil has implemented many innovative and creative ideas to stretch the club's dollars. Simple ideas, such as creating budgets for each club so we can better track where the money goes. He has guided the clubs through these most difficult of economic times while recognizing that the kids come first. My parents, Harold and Pat, have provided me with the attitude that no job is too small and do everything to your best ability. My wife, Diane. I have no greater cheerleader than my wife. She provides the spiritual strength in our family, and I know she is always on a first-name basis with my guardian angel. My daughter, Elizabeth. Elizabeth is 19, and she recently had an opportunity to return to her high school and lecture on the topic of challenges while serving. She spoke to well over 300 young adults and faculty. As a parent, I'm sure many of you can relate to having your child discuss such a meaningful topic. My daughter, Veronica. Veronica has provided me with the element of how to truly enjoy life and realize no greater feeling than the enjoyment of spending time with friends and family. Her energy is boundless, and her creativity, how to do it all, is endless. The Board of Managers for each club. I've had the opportunity to meet many of the board members for each club and to attend several of their meetings. It's staggering to observe the pride that each of these members has for their respective clubs. Many of these members have been long-term members of their clubs, the unit directors and staff for our clubs. When you visit our clubs, it's amazing to observe the manner in which the staff interacts with the kids, not only allowing each youngster to be a unique individual, but allowing the opportunity to be just that, kids. And last but not least, the kids themselves. It's hard not to be inspired when you walk into the clubs and watch all the activities. Not only physical activities, but computer training, homework, artwork, within a caring environment in which each child learns to respect not only others, but themselves as well. There's no greater joy than when a child tugs your sleeve and wishes to share with you their latest accomplishment. While this evening my name is associated with this award, each of these individuals has inspired me and have had a hand in this award. My only hope is that I have inspired others to be the best that they can be and never give in. Thank you.